to people, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I want to share the first time I heard about Metro Praise. I saw it in their website. And their website, I saw it. I came to the door, and at Metro Praise like on a Wednesday night. But for some reason, I just had fear, and I just went back home. It wasn't until a friend of mine, named Alex, he called me saying that his pastor friend had a church, and he just wanted me to hang out with them. I already had a church at that time. But when I came here, I met the leaders here, and I felt the love of Christ through their hospitality. And then I felt the love of God here. And then eventually I went from the church I was in already to Metro Praise. And this is what I want to share is the way I've noticed if people leave a church, usually they feel they're not connected to it. That's the main reasons why people will leave church, because they were not connected. You hear something, oh no, I didn't go back to that church because I didn't found somebody to connect with. I didn't know anybody there. I felt uncomfortable. The first time we all went to church, we probably felt uncomfortable, awkward. And this is why I'll be talking to you, the community of Metro Praise. Why are disciples to be hospitable to strangers, to visitors? The passage I'll be reading today is Genesis chapter 18, verses 1 and 10. Genesis 18, verses 1 and 10. It's about the three visitors and Abraham. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre, while he was sitting in the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. Abraham looked up and saw three men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed to the ground. He said, "If I found favor in your eyes, my Lord, do not pass your servant by." The word favor is sometimes associated with honor. With Abraham, him bowing to the ground and showing respect to the three visitors, is because in that community it wasn't an individual sense, but a community. Him showing honor to them would show also honor to the community Abraham was. That's why he was an entrance. He was the leader of that community, and this is a concept called corporate solitariness. Corporate is about him being the leader. He showed honor to the whole community. And I connect this to Metro Praise because us being the leaders from 201ers, deacons, and elders, we can either bring honor or shame to our church by the way we connect people. And to continue, he said, let a little water be brought, then you may all wash your feet, rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed and go your way, now that you have come to your servant. Very well, they answered. Do as they say. So Abraham hurried to the tent of Sarah, which is his wife. Quick, he said, get 3 sherds of the finest flour, knead it, and bake some bread. Then he ran to the herd, selected choice, and tender calf, and gave it to a servant who prepared to it quickly. He then brought some curds, milk, and the calves that had been prepared, and set before these men. So Abraham was quick to serve them. He was a servant to them. He showed hospitality, but he was also urgent. This is why we are to have urgency, because we never know when we will see these people. They might not be in our chance when we have a visitor. We are to connect with them urgency, because if we're the light, we are to show them the life of Christ. And then while they ate, he stood near them under a tree. Something about eating is always connected with sharing life. That's why in Acts 2 you see disciples gathered and they ate bread with fellowship. When we eat, we kind of open up a little bit more because we're not grumbling in our stomachs. We do share life together. So in summary, I'll say we are called as a body to show honor to God and also to show the greatest honor to them for coming to the community of God. And then second, is we are to be urgent. Just as the gospel is urgent, we are to urgently invite people to church. This is why body, in the end of Revelation, the Spirit and the bride say, come. We are to welcome them always and connect with them and also share life with them. So in Hebrews 13:2 it says that some people have entertained angels, show hospitality to strangers, because some have shown hospitality to some without them knowing them. Abraham, this is alluding back to the story of Abraham. He showed hospitality to the three angels, the three visitors, 2 angels, and one of them was Jesus, which is our pre-incarnated Lord. So what I command is I challenge you to always engage visitors and to welcome them, bring them in, include them in your fellowship, invite them to eat. Because you never know what kind of impact you will have in their lives. If we are to grow as a church, we are to grow and invite people in. It's from the beginning to the end. God's always been a God that invites people. So I'm going to close.